I am having a blessed morning. I couldn't wait for this topic right here. And I think that I'm going to let this topic go because there's a lot of victims out there that have been raped, that have been molested, that have been sodomized. And you have those that didn't report it and those that did report it. And the children out there, the teenagers out there, and you got adults out there that have been sexually assaulted, that have been abused over and over and over again, and they don't want to talk about it. So they bury this sickness that is plaguing them each and every day. I know it all too well. I'm a victim of being molested. And I constantly talk about this over and over again to bring awareness inside of our communities, inside of our workplaces, just any and everywhere. That in this day and time, it is spreading like wildfire. And especially in a lot of these group homes that's supposed to be safe haven for children that's going through a lot of problems, that they parents, when conceiving them, they was on drugs, and a lot of things that's going down with these children are victims. And a lot of these homes, a lot of these places, a lot of these facilities are breeding grounds for predators to take advantage of children that's going through problems and pressures and the traumas and depression and anxiety in their life. These are supposed to be safe havens, and that these predators is using these grounds to sexually assault and abuse and beat children, right? And one of these places and facilities that's in New York City, Westchester County, New York, is called the Jewish Child Care Association. Is under fire after recent lawsuits and reports showing a long history of abuse at a residential youth treatment complex in Pleasantville, right? What is meant to be a safe haven for troubled youth. Recent reports reveal decades of unspeakable abuse. Many former minor residents have experienced sexual misconduct from staff, including repeating abuse, threats, and grooming and sexual assaults. This is what's going on in a lot of these facilities that are supposed to be safe haven, right, for children and youth that's going through a difficult time, that's getting abuse at home. They're not eating. They don't have clothes. They don't have nobody to talk to. They don't have nobody. So they go to these safe havens, which is breeding grounds for predators, right? To take control of them, to sexually assault them, to abuse them, to molest them, and do everything that they feel that's been going on for decades and decades and decades. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show a video.
Under fire. Police say that they have received hundreds of calls for assaults and violent altercations.
The school says it lacks the resources to deal with some of the behavior. CBS 2's Naveen Dhaliwal has a story tonight from Pleasantville.
The behaviors are aggressive and dangerous, seen here in video provided by the Mount Pleasant Police Department.
Years officials have decided to place children with serious psychological and emotional conditions, which the campus is not staffed or equipped to handle.
This year alone, officers have responded to 459 calls with a range of issues from missing persons to assaults to suicides. Now, town officials want the campus shut down.
I truly fear for the safety of staff, the safety of the youth and adults that are placed there.
4 years ago, police say a 19-year-old named Angel King was paralyzed at the campus after a security officer placed his knee on Angel's neck, trying to break up a fight.
If you said that this is a facility for children with mental problems, you should have had proper security.
Angel died 2 years later at the age of 21, and that case was settled out of court. JCCA CEO Ron Richter won't speak about Angel's case, but does admit the facility that houses around 170 kids is not equipped for some of the behaviors.
Some of them are beyond our ability, and we have brought that to the state's attention repeatedly over the course of the past year plus. And we are concerned.
Richter says his staff is not trained to work with persistently violent children, and his calls to the state, specifically the Office of Children and Family Services that oversees the facility, have gone unheard.
We've actually put a written proposal.
If you cannot handle these children, and you know that you can't handle them, shut down the facility. There's abuse, there's killings, there's sexual assaults that's going down. There's sexual assaults that's going down. There's no different than how Sparfit was. How Sparfit and their staff was there is sexually assaulting a lot of young boys, minors. They was sexually assaulting them. Yes, they was. They had these minors doing unthinkable things to the staff. The staff have boys doing this and girls. They committing suicide. This is supposed to be a safe haven where children supposed to go, where minors supposed to go, where anybody's supposed to go seeking help, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But they not getting that type of help. They are being met, right, being beaten, starved, and sexually assaulted. This is a breeding ground for predators. This is a welcome for predators. They welcome on. This been going on for decades and decades and decades. The staff's supposed to be there. You're supposed to train the staff. You're supposed to de-escalate the situation. You don't supposed to escalate the situation, de-escalate. These individuals are escalating the situation and sexually assaulting. In turn, these individuals are turning out to be victims. This is sad, and Westchester County knew this was going on. They knew it and swept this underneath the rug. This was going on for decades. Do you know how many victims there are? Do you know how many victims there are? Listen, we need a blueprint. We need to go back to the drawing board with all of these cases that's going on and all of these facilities, which is meant there to help to be a safe haven for victims of being sexually assaulted, of being molested and being raped, and any other traumas that they're going through. These facilities are meant to help all of these victims, but the victims are being met with being attacked, sexually assaulted. And this facility that's in Pleasantville in Westchester County needs to be shut down. This is decades long of abuse. These children are winded up doing what? Having suicidal thoughts. This is what's going on in these facilities. These individuals are getting paid and sexually assaulting these children, these minors. And this is why a lot of them result into killing and shooting people and killing themselves and stabbing themselves and cutting themselves up. Like, what more else we can deal with this? All of these facilities needs to be checked. Our children and our loved ones need to be protected, man, at all costs. This is why I built my platform. I built my platform for victims. I am a victim. And it's for all victims all around the world. This is why I'm doing it. And this is why I got my YouTube channel for victims. And it's not just only talking about gangster persona stuff. This sick, barbaric devil demon, life that's a maniac, which is leading this. All this is added to him. This sick devil demon. It all goes back to him that you can't see with your eyes. But I'm talking about the victims. The victims are being sexually assaulted, are being abused, and being beaten and attacked. That this supposed to be a safe haven. They winded up committing suicide, killing themselves because they don't have nobody to talk to. Well, on this platform, you got somebody to talk to. You have somebody to talk to right here. For the individuals that have been dealing with pain and suffering, right? And that was in these facilities. And all of these facilities, you got to tell your story. You cannot allow other people to go through the same thing that you've been through. I know. Find it inside of yourself. Save another child. Save somebody from becoming a victim, because there's predators there. There's predators there. Find it in your heart. And so those individuals that dealt with this trauma and depression, sexual assault and being beaten in Pleasantville, Westchester County, New York, there's a 800 number. 800-353-0666. Again, it's an 800 number, 353-0666. I recommend you to reach out to anybody that can help you. It's not just about the lawsuit. It's about the trauma and depression that they're not going to get out of this. I was one of the lucky ones. I was a lucky one. I was one of the lucky ones. I took my pain and suffering and my trauma and me being molested and turned it into success. And turned it into success. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. And I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to commit suicide. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to hurt anybody. You have help here. You have help, genuine help that loves you. I love you. I love you. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through. And you see, this is sad, man. This is sad. And I urge all of the government agents all around the world, all of the government agents or communities or whatever, government establishment, go check out these facilities. And I guarantee you will find out there's a lot of victims. There's a lot of victims. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace.